Welcome to another episode of Candidly Mandi. This is episode 3, and I'll be talking about the creation of a narcissist. Many people think that narcissists are just born to be these bad seeds, but in reality, they're actually created, usually during childhood. So we'll get into that, but first I want to say thank you to everyone who has contacted me by my inbox or through my comments on the Mandi B Media social media platforms to let me know that they've appreciated me telling my stories and that they appreciate my candor. Many have also expressed that they are or have been in a narcissistic relationship, and that it helps to hear from someone who has gone through these experiences, because just knowing that has given them a sense of empowerment, and that is precisely what I wanted to do. So again, thank you. Now, back to the discussion at hand, which is going to be how a narcissist becomes a narcissist. I'll be referring to the narcissistic man as son, because narcissistic men are not born, as I said before, they are reared to be that way, and typically during adolescence. The majority of the time, it stems from an unhealthy relationship that they have with their mother. Mother-son bonds are extremely important during this time of a boy's life. So when their mothers begin to tell them that they are inadequate all the time at this stage in their life, they try to ward it off by conversely telling everyone all the time that they're great, that they're magnificent, and that they're superior. And they need people to reaffirm that thought all the time. The truth is, it's all a lie. They don't think they're great at all. Their mother's voice of disapproval is constantly something they will hear in their heads for the rest of their life. So let's get into, again, the creation of a narcissist. First, the mother neglects her son emotionally. She says what he does is never right. She ignores him. She constantly tells him how much of a disappointment he is. And she's always denigrating him. So the son begins to despise his mother, but he still lives the rest of his life, and in the case of a woman, her life, trying to please the mother and seeking approval. The disdain for the mother may be overt. He may outwardly say that he hates her and talk about how much he hates her, or it can be covert. He outwardly loves his mother and idolizes his mother to the world, but inside he has ill feelings toward her. And if it's covert, you have to watch his interactions with her and her interactions with him. You will recognize something that seems a bit off. The son secretly then despises women as a whole, but he still desires the company of a woman who will stroke his ego and feed him the approval he didn't get from his mother. To ensure he has a steady pool of accessible women, the son becomes a master of manipulation. He is charming like none other. He studies women carefully on social media. He'll review their posts, recent breakups and divorces, and memes that you post, those relationship memes, to determine which women are viable targets. They seek out empathetic, vulnerable women who can be easily manipulated. These women, for them, are hot commodities. The son despises himself. His thoughts constantly remind him of his worthlessness. But to drown out those thoughts, he constantly tells himself how great he is, how handsome he is, how superior he is, how successful he is. And he needs others to reaffirm that. This is why everything is always about them and why they lack empathy. They don't care about your feelings. They only care about how you can help them not deal with their own insecurities. So without the constant approval and praise from everyone else, the son is left to deal with thoughts that he is an empty individual. And then once someone confronts him on his behavior and lack of empathy, he's no longer, that person is no longer a commodity for them. They're no longer feeding him the fuel, his narcissistic supply that he needs, and the son will discard a person like last night's trash. No lingering feelings, and if he's found a replacement, the person he's discarded may not ever hear from him again. That is, until his new supply confronts him on his BS. But he reserves the right to return into anyone's life, regardless if they move on, as long as the son feels he still has power over them and that he can get a benefit from them. Again, the narcissistic supply, he'll be back. Understand that any reaction, whether someone accepts the son with open arms or gets worked up and curses them out, makes them happy, they don't have boundaries. They won't respect anyone's boundaries. That's just how deranged they are. The son lives in a personal hell. They're never satisfied. They get bored easily. That is why they continue to go from woman to woman. And the son turns to risky behavior and addiction to remain stimulated, meaning risky sexual behavior, drug abuse, alcoholism, gambling, reckless spending, all to divert himself from dealing with the reality his mother created for him. So there you go, the creation of a narcissist. This is why I implore women who have sons to love on their boys when they're younger. Yes, fathers are definitely needed to raise young men, but a young boy needs to form a special bond with his mother. It is that bond that helps him nurture productive relationships with women when he's an adult. So thank you again for listening, everyone. And if you're watching this on Facebook, please like my page. If you're on Instagram, please follow me. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe for more of my Candidly Mandi videos. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you.